All right, this is Randalicious, and welcome to the 30-second Hexis podcast. So let's get it going. I'm Randalicious, and I'm the leader of Hexis.
I'm Trance.
I'm Trickool, General in Hexis.
I'm Dr. Zoydberg. If you spot an E-data, put a stop to it.
I'm Ace2cool. I finally got my signal at Corp about 10 minutes before this started, so yeah, I'm feeling kind of happy right now.
I'm not Flanders.
All right, so they're hiring a QA tester. This will be the third QA tester that they hire. So, you know, would you ever want to, not for them, but, would you want to be a QA tester? Do you think they'll make the right choice in hiring someone, like, I think we could agree that given game experience, they made the right choice in hiring John at the time and the right choice in hiring Kieran. But they hired Day when she had literally never played RuneScape before ever. So it's kind of hard to predict what to expect from the new QA tester. I don't think they've hired one yet, but whenever that time comes, what do you think?
I think they do a pretty bad job of QA testing right now. I mean, anybody they could get that would do a thorough job would be better. I would personally not want to be a QA tester for Jagex just because having to test their great updates would probably be extremely boring and extremely hard work.
Yeah, I'm hoping they make the right decision. I'm not really sure what to expect. Like, they've been all over the place in quality of hires. Given that this one's going to be a permanent position, not like a temporary one like how Day was, I'd assume that it's going to be someone who's got a lot of experience. From what I've seen on Twitter, there's a player named Charles who's very interested in the position. He knows and has played more old school than anyone on the team combined, so I think he would be I don't give a fuck what his background is in any kind of computer shit. He would be a good, like, when they were looking to hire the intern last summer, they said that, we can teach people to QA test. We can't teach them to have a passion for the game and knowledge of the game. Like, that ultimately comes down to the person who they're hiring. So they it's all about getting the right people and developing them into what they want them to be.
Yeah, I just hope I wouldn't want to be a QA tester, but I mean, I'm just hoping they hire somebody that actually plays the game or has knowledge about the game, or like you said, Charles. I didn't even know he could be or was in the running or attempted to be the next one. He would be a good fit, I think.
I mean, if I had to if I had to choose my job, I guess I think it'd be kind of cool to work at Jagex for the ending position. I mean, it beats most of the jobs out there, I'd say. We only have two developers, right? Ash and Jed.
No, Maz is also a developer.
Think about her every time. Dauncey also like dabbles.
But like, it's gonna be like one QA tester per developer. I'm wondering if that's a common. I don't know. Like it used to be one QA tester. Like Reach was QA and then Ash was developer originally. So I guess having the 1-1 ratio, maybe that is commonplace. I'm not sure. I think it'll be interesting.
I mean, Kieran was a good hire, so I mean, let's go off that and then hopefully it'll be good. I mean, yeah, I read through the kind of what they were looking for in terms of applicants. I mean, I know it's just kind of generic shit, but they definitely really highlighted having a passion for the game over experience, really. So I'm pretty hopeful. I mean, I think in terms of jobs go, I think I'd enjoy QA testing for Jagex. I mean, it's the game I like playing, so I don't know.
I tweeted at Kieran when he tweeted out a link to it. I said I have no experience, but I guarantee I have more passion and desire and commitment to excellence than any applicant you could possibly have hire me. I don't really have any interest in the position, but that should be what they're looking for, I feel. Someone who can bring that kind of enthusiasm and knowledge. Like, fuck the, oh, what kind of background do you have in computers and shit like that? To be about, yeah, as I said before, it's all about getting the right people and then developing them into who you want them, or yeah, who you want them to be. You forget yourself, Trickle?
I'm on at the bottom. I'm not got the thing open. I think it could be kind of cool to do a QA test there, but I would have absolutely no idea what job would consist of. I just play RuneScape, and I got paid to do it and try it unreleased content. I guess it'd be alright.
Tick abuse expert.
I think try and use a hat for everything, see if it works out. If it,
You back to the hat,
it's right,
huh?
but definitely.
It like isn't Kieran's title like QA analyst or something? It's something weird. It's not just like
QA
QA
analyst, yeah.
tester.
Well, that's
Like-
that's what the position is. The QA test analyst is like the same thing, I think.
I just think it'd be so funny if it was like tick abuse expert.
If a job comes available with that title, I will go for it.
I would hate working with Archie, so no matter what.
Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks. I'm just thinking then. you have
Wait,
to go
wait.
to work and see the team every day. I only see them once a week.
Yeah, it's you got when you're weighing the pros and cons, it's definitely a huge con that needs to be considered.
Yeah, I think if I applied for the position, I'd have to kind of attempt to hide my, hating on the JMods a little bit, but it's quite near the surface is the problem.
Yeah, like I hope whoever they hire walks in there and just demands excellence out of each and every single one of them, because there's only a few of them who are excellent. Like, I hope that that help change the environment in the office. But alright, so moving on. They were talking about adding in a shortcut in Shiloh Village to get to the Nature Rune altar. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I don't think it'd be faster than the Abyss, but what do you think?
I mean, if it's not faster than the Abyss, assuming they add, okay, so if they added it, would it be with a diary? You assume so.
Yeah.
So
They
only
said
people
that,
who are high level would be able to do it, because they probably add it with the fourth one, wouldn't they? So if it's slower, no one's ever going to do it. So there's really no point. I'd also rather do Abyss than do that, probably, so it seems pretty pointless.
Because like
I would just-
the banking method for that would just be like using the gloves to teleport back to Duradel.
Yeah, exactly.
That just seems awkward though.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems pointless, exactly, like. It would only be not pointless if it wasn't behind the hard behind a high level diary. But then people would complain that like there was nothing behind
I mean,
the
if
diary.
you're in that position right now where you think this is meant and that you want it definitely, you hate the Abyss that much, you just buy scrolls and do Ibo and I and run from there, bank at Craft Guild with a craft cape.
Yeah, but wouldn't
I think
they
it'd be
just
if it was slower than that, and
wouldn't just go into the Karamja shop and just selling the
Nah,
S and
Scrolls would be faster.
What?
and doing
Selling
that?
the
Ace,
ass!
Ace,
Who
Ace,
invited
Ace.
Selling
this
the
guy?
ass!
You've been doing
Kick 'em
too
off!
much VM.
I've been doing too much PVM. I guess I'll go back to PVMing. That's what happens when 2.5 weeks get to
Selling
you, you know?
S to the store.
No, like
Fucking hell.
unnoting it or something, whatever it is.
Oh, Ace.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
Why you bully? No
That's,
bully.
that's embarrassing.
I
I
You're gonna
feel-
cut
I
multiple
feel sorry.
lines
I
for
feel
fletching.
sorry for you.
I'll have to cut this out in the edit. Too brutal.
I don't know. Hey, I
Holy
know
hell.
what corp is though. That's all I know right now.
Alright. I don't really think it's a good idea. Like, unless it's better than the Abyss, there's really no reason to waste the time developing it, doing anything like that. If it could be like a consistent 29k an hour, then add it. If not, don't waste your time adding in pointless content like that. Especially since they said it would be something high level, like it'd require like a 90 plus agility shortcut. So either make it like 29k an hour or don't do it anything at all, because like it's pretty easy to maintain 28k an hour long term at the Abyss right now. It just needs to be marginally better.
The Crumbler gloves. Is there an option to teleport to Duradel, or do you teleport in the mine?
Yeah, you teleport to Durham
Teleport in the mine, don't you?
the
Oh,
elite
can
ones.
you?
Can you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
with the elite
fourth
ones.
yeah.
So is there, when you teleport to Duradel, can you go down a ladder that takes you to the north side of the river, or is it only the
You
south
go over
side?
the bridge, don't you? You go over the bridge
Oh,
and then
that's
you
a
go
good
down the
point.
ladder.
Yeah.
You can't walk down the ladder.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it
What would be
doesn't.
faster, Gem Mine or Duradel? I don't know if there's a ladder on the north side of the river near
Yeah, that's a
Duradel.
good point.
I don't think
There
Yeah,
there
but
is.
you'd still have to you'd have to bank. So I mean, I guess you could
Does
actually
You
Currency
bank at
gloves give you
crafting
like
guild
a
and then you go
teleport?
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
mine.
yeah, 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 yeah. I see what you're saying
So
there.
if they gave unlimited, you could just bank at Durad. No, you could bank at Duradel and then go to
Bank at
thingy, but you'd
Bank
be
at
better off just
Duradel.
using Craft Guild, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you go to
craft
craft guild
guild.
and then you teleport
Then you
to
go
the
to the
mine
mine.
and go up.
Yeah, the gem mine might be faster, to be fair. I don't really know.
You don't get graceful effect way unless you brought a switch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, who gives a fuck about that?
I can't do it anyway.
It
I've got
seems
my
like
craft
it
on
seems
it.
like it'd be pretty comparable to Tai Bawani, depending on like how long the shortcut takes. I
Yeah.
guess that's how they would try to balance it. They really sound like they wanted to make it faster. They were justifying it because it was elite reward. So maybe I think they might do it.
I really don't see any point to them doing it. I don't want them to devalue Abyss because Abyss is the best method in this game. And if they make it slower, then nobody's going to do it, so it's just a waste of dev time anyways.
I'm sort of in the same boat as Ned King. Why do they need to do this? That's...
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, there's no need really for them to do it.
I think it'd make more sense if it were slightly slower than Abyss, but you didn't need elite rewards, because anybody who has elite rewards isn't absolutely not going to do it if it's like slower than Abyss. So I think they should just make it. Isn't the teleport hard though?
No, I think all the gloves no, I don't know actually. Yeah, but like you
Hard to
said, yeah.
teleport you to the gem mine, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like if it was good for like level 3 scalers or like low combat, then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could see
that's
it
what I'm
being
saying. I
useful,
think-
but they can't
yeah,
do it, so it's fucking
Like
pointless.
25k an hour, but you don't have to go into ability. I think that'd be
Exactly.
better. A lot of people would actually do that.
Yeah, they would definitely.
Yeah, just
And you-
slower
also, you
but
wouldn't need the
safer.
mining level.
Makes a lot more sense, yeah.
You wouldn't need as high a mining level, and depending on what they put the obstacle at, high as the agility level. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, they'll put
Yeah.
it behind elite. It'd be pointless.
but
Well,
they can't really
hard,
do that
like
because the
70
gloves are locked to hard. It wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense to change them.
It was a hard requirement with the 70 odd agility requirement to get over it. Safer alternative, but slower okay. Makes sense.
I
But
don't
at
know.
the same time, you're pumping more nats into the game, and when they're in such a high price at the moment, do you really want
There really be anybody doing this that isn't already rune crafting?
True.
It wouldn't make anyone just start
Yeah.
unless it'd be something stupid like 30 something K an hour. A couple other things they were talking about on the QA, still in regards to rune crafting, was kind of trying to revisit the skill cape perks, and more so the rune crafting one, pointing out how useless it is, and saying that they want the perk to make it to where the pouches degrade less often. What do you think about that as a perk?
I'd rather they didn't. It's just this pointlessly increases the XP per hour and makes it. Well, it doesn't really make it easier because you repair on the way, but I don't know. It just seems pretty pointless. I also can't think of a potential one either. I don't really know what they could do.
I mean, I've always been for the remove of the degrade in general, because I think it's pointless and just aggravating to begin with. Because when I did lavas, I hated freaking the pouches degrading every few minutes. Kind of annoying.
It's all
I
about the
mean-
lore, dude.
The
The
lore.
pouches use the ethereal abyssal powers to power them, and there's a cost to that power.
I mean, how much of a I don't know where I'm going with this.
It would change the lore from RS3, and you got to stick with the lore.
Okay, we'll just go with that. We'll just go with that. All right, fine.
But what wasn't this the original design? I remember the first dev blog, they had this as a perk.
Yeah, I
Pretty
still
sure.
remember that as well.
And then
I'm
they
getting shot
changed
down
it.
on Twitter.
It got shot down. They changed it to the Tiara one, which is still somewhat useful. But I don't imagine them going back, just because they have to remove the Tiara one, which is actually already useful. There are perks that are completely useless, like just
Fishing
smithing do.
cape.
Just smithing do. They were gonna make smithing.
It counts as goldsmith gauntlets.
Yeah, it's pointless.
That's
They,
good.
they,
It
they
gives you
should make it.
PvP
Hey,
Great
that's
deal.
something
hammer.
that's something level
Okay.
3 skillers couldn't have.
It should make it be a hammer.
The
or
fishing
something.
one is a teleport to a place where a spellbook can take you to and a piece of jewelry can already take you to. Anything but that.
Right click, and there's like a 3-tick option when you right click it. 3-tick fishing cape.
I wanted a static fishing, that sounds alright.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
They're not gonna do it, but it's like you right click it, and it just says 3-tick fishing cape as an option, and then if you click on the spot afterwards, you get a 3-tick.
They also worded this one really weirdly, and they said it like first time around they said it'd be random or something.
Oh, that would have been awful.
And if that was
honestly.
to be the case, that would just cause extra hassle and wouldn't be worth using. So if it's a static number, so like every 13 laps
Yeah, no one would use
you had
it.
to repair, then it would just be another one of those things to come to runecrafting which would slightly increase the XP per hour without giving it a direct update
Yeah.
or changing a method. And that just seems stupid.
I honestly can't think of what they could do.
Alright, so something else that we're looking forward to is they said that they're going to be updating Zaya in 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not even sure what to expect from this. Do you guys know what's supposed to be coming? What are
It's
we?
not like a new content.
Isn't the favour thing in 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, it's not like a new. It's not like the rating thing. It's just like they're
Yes.
making it so you get favor with every house.
Yeah, you could get
Oh.
100% in all houses at the same time. Is basically, I guess, what it's gonna be.
Why the hell is that taking so long to do?
I have
Because they
no
gotta.
idea.
No. Here's why. Because
It's a good reason.
there's like some statue in the middle of Zaya, that you unlock when you get 100% favor with any house, and it's like a statue of that house or something. And it's like specific to you, I think. And so you can get 100% in every house. They have to like make it so you get like a different statue or some shit. I saw there was like a picture
Wow.
on Ghost's Twitter of him like remodeling the statue to make it work if you have 100% in multiple. That's why it's taking so long.
Sounds like whoever the fuck designed that was an absolute jackass, and like it sounds so much more complicated than what it needed to be.
I didn't even know there was a statue until they said that was
Yeah,
the
I
reason.
didn't either.
So.
I
I've
hate
still
that
not
there's this
been
one
there.
Don't go there. It's awful. I am looking forward to somebody having it's gonna look fucking awful. But somebody's gonna be like a rainbow graceful set, so that's gonna be nice for them.
Yes. Mix and match.
Mix and match.
Mix and match. Trickle's
As if you
favorite.
thought the one, like the correct colours
Oh,
of the outfits.
they
were
they
bad.
all look
The
awful.
mix and match one will be even better.
Yeah,
I might buy a purple top, yellow bottom.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Which one's yellow? Is that the farming
Like
one?
it's
Like
like
gold,
no, isn't it
isn't it?
I thought it was the mining one, was it?
Yeah, it probably is.
like
I
goldy
thought that was
yellows.
orange.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Might be right.
Yeah, I think no green's farming. I don't know.
Purple is the Souls
Purple's
one,
obvious,
right?
we know that one.
Yeah.
That's Souls.
Yeah, that's Souls.
Yeah, shit.
I think Zay is pretty stupid.
That's a good point.
+1. Oh,
Alright, what's next? Alright, so in the new, well, first actually I'm gonna add a little bit onto this question. So first let me say, alright, they finally came out with the news post saying like who won the clan cups and whatnot. It took them over a month to deliver the 3 paragraphs of an announcement about who won it. What are your thoughts on how long that took to come out and how they delivered it? And then at the bottom of it, it said something about like, we'll be getting in contact with the clan leaders of the winning teams over the next week to want to see how we want to celebrate our victory. So what do you think about just everything related to that?
Have you been contacted yet, Randy?
No, because today's Sunday and that
Okay.
went out on Friday.
Yeah. I remember Stud Unit, I think it was, tweeted at Kieran asking them if they would be able to change their statue or would it be the same because they went back to back as well. And Kieran said like to be determined or something. So I'm not even sure if they'll give us the option to change it.
It's able to be changed. Like I was DMing Alfred, and Alfred said it could be done. So I do not want to hear any bullshit about how a statue cannot be altered.
Definitely need max tape, at least the max tape.
Oh, reindeer hat.
Reindeer hat is obsolete.
No, 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 no.
I knew you were.
It's
I knew
out
you
of
were gonna
season.
say
It's out of
reindeer
season.
hat.
It's out of
I knew you were
season.
gonna
Don't care,
say
you
reindeer
promised.
I
was wondering-
never promised.
I will go back onto one of the podcasts where you said, after this podcast, and in the comments of the video.
I was
Find it.
wondering if they would be able to add 2 birds attacking the statue.
Doubt it.
Maybe. I mean, they increased the poly count this week or some shit, didn't they? I don't know what they could do now.
They had to because there was another bug that I saw.
Yeah.
It had something to do with like a Guthin like skirt helm. I don't know what the fucking plate was, like a DFS, and like you could become invisible like that. And that was I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's been nerfed yet. I saw some.
No, they fixed it. That's what the update fixed this week.
Oh, okay.
They did like the issue was that like if it went over a certain amount of polygons, it just like everything went invisible. So they just upped the limit so that you couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think, yeah, you know. Eventually, I mean, I don't know how much they increased it by, but at some point, we may be able to
Yeah.
hit that limit again.
Hopefully you can't get to it, I guess. Yeah. I mean, they won't do it, but I would like to see if they'd let Randy have Finbar's P mod. That'd be a nice way to celebrate.
That would be hilarious. That
What?
would be hilarious.
Man, I am one of the last motherfuckers out there that should be getting a P mod.
This
But
is true.
the-
I'm gonna have to agree with this. Randy's mute button, he'd be clicking that shit on like everyone.
Hey, but I guess in that aspect, that'd be a good mod. Every time I go to the GE, I would mute every single bot that I saw there. I guarantee you, there's not a single mod out there that does that right now.
Probably not.
Um,
I thought the news post about the Clan Cup winners was pretty funny when they mentioned our woodcutting method.
I didn't
I laughed a little.
I didn't like that.
think
What did they
Ronan knows
do?
what it was.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
made me
they
CPM'd
smirk.
us, CPM'd us about it.
Oh, did
yeah, I was asking like he was demanding Trance and I to tell him
he
what we
demanded it.
yeah, he did.
That's great.
Who PM'd you?
Ronan?
Roro.
Oh,
What if
this guy.
Ronan was the one that hacked Razor's?
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
The plot thickens.
Plot does think.
Why would he need to hack his push if you knew what it was?
Ah, shit.
Themes.
Now I'm pointing out a flaw in your theory. Try again. But yeah, I didn't really like it. The only reason why, so if you look at the methods that each team did for Hunter, they did a method that we didn't know about that was slightly better. Its ceiling was a lot higher than ours, but the method that we did, we did a great job at doing it. And as Finbar even alluded to, he wasn't even sure, like, we got more XP per hour than what he was expecting doing the method that we did. We had several people doing our method, which was just a pretty basic attack someone, lay a trap. And like we had I think from what I saw, the worst person on Solus, we did, like every single person did better than. And I think like they had their second worst person was like getting the same XP per hour as we were getting. So like they had a couple guys who were absolutely shit at that method. The only reason why we didn't go into the last week up by 5 or 6 points was because of that method. So like people out there saying that we only won because of that woodcutting method, it was only close because they had a different hunter method in the first place. But I didn't really like the news post, the way that he worded it, and there's no excuse for it to have taken him a month to write that bullshit that was up there. I guarantee you he wrote that shit in 10 minutes, and it took him
Wasn't he waiting for like the PV? What was the cup that took forever for
the
results?
the
PvP?
PVM.
the PVM
PVM
Cup
one,
was
wasn't
done
it?
like 4 weeks ago.
No,
Yeah, they-
remember
and they
last
fu-
podcast we had one of the cups was still on res. I think it was. Yeah, I
It
think it was
was,
PvP.
I'm sure it's
PVM is
PVM one.
PVM.
It was PVM, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It was
Usually after we
it was
podcast something,
done.
they post.
It was done, but it was just that they hadn't made it like they hadn't public
Yeah, I
like they
know.
hadn't posted it on the Clan Cup site. Like the results had been in for weeks. They just hadn't posted it.
It's like they do all these PVM updates for all of them and all that stuff, yet they can't post like who wins when they do the cup for them. It's pretty bad.
You know, one thing that Ronan said was that he said he promised that he would get the news post. Oh wait, first let's talk about Maz's tweets at Ronan. Like
And the Reddit posts.
the Reddit post, he tweeted Ronan about 30 times. Just very politely, hey, can you make an update about this? When's the announcement coming? Can you please post the results? Over and over, daily for a month. Never once got a response. It took it being the top post on Reddit for it to even get any kind of recognition. I think that's absolutely disgusting for a community engagement specialist. Um, if someone tweets you 30 times, I don't give a fuck how many followers you have or how many notifications you get. If someone tweets you 30 times, you're going to catch on. Like, shit, the motherfucker blocks hundreds of people. You're telling me that he's just ignoring these polite requests for an update? That's terrible. But he said that if he doesn't put the news post out on Friday, that he would repeatedly slap Archie until he got fired. You know, like I believe that was on like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and he was like, "Oh, you know, like it'll be out on Friday because there's like a dev blog that needs to be done and announced." Like he was talking as if his entire day consisted of making a couple news posts with the dev blog and the update log. Did any of you guys get that feel as well when you were reading? Or was I the only one?
I think you're the only one.
I think you're the only one.
Yeah.
Rip.
Wow.
Rip.
You guys are a bunch of bitches. Just want you all to know that. So moving on though, solo dungeoneering as a skill is a topic that someone's asking us to talk about. Um, they want it without any overpowered rewards. Any reasons why not, other than ruining the old school feel for you, coming in as a skill?
I don't think it would ruin the old school feel if they came out with dungeoneering in old school. I mean, I'm all for dungeoneering as no overpowered weapons come in. It doesn't have to be solo, it could be group, because doing it with a group was actually kind of fun. Solo, I think, would be like... I don't think that's where they're trying to head everywhere, where everything's solo. They're trying to get it as like a community game where a lot of people do stuff together on the game. So I think solo would be terrible. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean-
But in, I've completely missed this point where people thought that it was fun because it wasn't.
Really, I liked it, but I was
I
like,
liked it.
I was like
I
a fucking
need
noob.
the
so I don't
three
know.
type, like there was a few types of people. The people who struggled along to get their rapiers for Slayer, the people who did it with their clans because it was just their sort of thing, and the people who were really good at it but would only ever sell you floors.
Okay, the selling
At least-
floors thing was fun. Okay, just suiciding
I
and
imagine
rushing
if it
floors.
was, one of my friends made bills off selling floors.
Yeah, I made a couple $100 mil doing it. But
I
mean,
cannot
it
imagine
was-
Ace being good at doing that.
I was one of the 4 people that started the Kiers CC.
Oh yeah.
It was me, Manuel, and
But to be a Kier, you need to clear, and you just be making up random names for everything and think that other people understand what you're talking about.
what do you mean?
I have absolutely no clue what you're talking about, but I'm interested. Please continue. Don't let Trickle interrupt you again.
Like just rushing floors and stuff like that for other people while there's like one person that just sits at home. Like you just run in, you make like a few runes, and then you just go and you just kill everything. And then you tell the guy to tell you here if there's a like where you need to do
An
like an
emote
emote
room or a precious
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Or
Where you needed
ferret? No, you didn't need the ferrets, did you?
it was only the emote room because you were able to push 2 levers. One person could do 2 levers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was fun doing it back then. I didn't get the 200 mil because I got cleaned at the duel arena before I got there. Got 99 herb lore. Got 99 herb lore.
And you didn't
Within
learn.
4 hours, I got clean. So I was like, oh, rip. It was a good run.
The only reason I ever touched it was just because of the weapons, and after that, the only other way I trained it was dailies.
Yeah. I mean, like when Dungeoneering was released, like I was like a fucking pleb in like RS2 at the time, I guess. So I didn't really get to experience it at a high level. I got to like 60 Dungeoneering or some shit. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun skill. And in terms of solo, I don't think it would have to be solo. I don't like the floor boosting aspect. I think that's pretty stupid. But I would be fine with it as long as like you could get the same XP solo as you could in a group. But I think it's nice to have a group activity if you want to.
Yes, if they made the XP rate for solo the same as duo as 5-man, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I would
like
be
that.
okay with that if it was the same XP an hour.
I think it
But
was a fun skill.
they're not gonna be able to calc that correctly.
Oh no, they'll fuck it up. But
They're
in an
gonna,
ideal world,
yeah.
it was a fun skill, I thought, and I don't know. I don't see why it had to be 120. I'd rather they didn't, just because it looks fucking ugly on the skill sheet.
Yeah, it would have to be 99. They just make it 99, and they just
Yeah.
decrease they just do the 1 to 99. I didn't think it was too quick to get to 99 either. But now since we all know what to do, it could be different. But
Yeah.
like completely different.
And once you get to a certain level and you do your C1s, it's really fast.
yeah.
And especially, imagine us, like a team of 6 max people doing it, with your C1s done, doing, Abandons and called
A cult.
Occults, yeah. You're getting
Yeah.
so much XP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the XP would have to be
I think I'd
different.
enjoy it more just because I'd actually have competent people to do it with.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
And there wouldn't be any restriction. Like, I remember once we were doing it and no one had the requirements to open a door, but if we made a potion, we'd be able to open it, and you had to wait for the herb to grow and everything, and it was fucking boring.
Yeah, I mean, you basically, if you had 5 max players, that's the most ideal it could be because you could just go your one way. If you have to plant something, you just plant it and you do it yourself. You just gatestone it and go.
Yeah.
Like I was almost maxed when I did it, so I was able to just solo almost everything. Minus rune crafting, right? And agility.
I think the group DJing was really cool. It was one of the things that actually took a reasonable amount of skill in the game to do well. So I wouldn't really have any problem with it coming to old school as long as there was no OP rewards and it was well balanced.
If there's no OP rewards, then what's the point?
Other than XP,
No one
what's
would.
the incentive?
Yeah, no one. It wouldn't. It
Yeah.
would just, it's just a mini game. At that point.
Yeah.
They would
I
have
mean,
to,
I think it is a mini game, anyways.
they would have to come out with like some sort of rewards, just nothing overpowering.
I'd be fine with like tier 75 weapons. Maybe not now, but in like a year, year and a half, like whatever, it's going to happen eventually. I think dungeoneering would be a good way to introduce it. But it is going to happen eventually, and
It's not. It's the most homely because people already know what to expect.
Yeah.
Rather than them trying to do it themselves, they could just regurgitate the content and it'd be easy
Make
for
it
them.
like Nightmare Zone
and
rewards.
easier
That
on
guy's
us.
that guy's got a point. Like
yeah,
you know how you
Nightmare
get the
Zone rules.
tokens? Just make it
Nightmare
like where
Zone's not a skill. I
It
mean,
doesn't
like,
matter,
Nightmare
but
Zone a
make
skill
it like
now.
where you can get like buyable stuff.
Actually, think about it. It's
Oh, with like a reward shop.
pointless.
Yeah, with the reward stuff, you use
So,
the
okay,
tokens.
wait a minute. Whoa. You mean something like a mini game reward shop? Yeah.
It's something
Yeah.
that passed the
Isn't that
poll in
so?
2013 and we're still waiting
Done,
on.
yeah, we're on to something. We're on to
I
something.
wonder. What do you guys think
Oh, that
about
was the
boosting
thing where
though?
you could buy clues from, wasn't it?
Oh, could you?
There was gonna be
Big
a
thing
lot.
Yeah, I
Of,
about-
remember that.
there was supposed to be a lot of things. Like it passed the poll. It still hasn't come.
Where did it go?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I don't even
Like
remember it.
how long ago? 2 years ago?
No,
There-
this
I
was
remember
tw-
that.
it was
Minigame
it was
reward
it was
shop,
tw- it was 2013 mini
Yeah.
game reward shop. It passed the poll. It still has not come out yet.
No one said anything about it. I don't know where it went.
Then again, Ghost has still not fixed the art of the fucking tally tabs.
It seems like the raid bosses are going to be more of their way of doing dungeoneering type release. I didn't play when dungeoneering was out, so I don't really know shit. But from what I've heard, they sound like they'd be quite similar. To point to the question where it said, would it ruin the old school feel? I think a good question to ask is there even any more old school feel left? Like,
Trickool?
Gotta let it go.
What's the counter?
like is there anything
Connecticut.
is there anything in old school that is still done the same way it was done day one?
Picking flags.
Stop.
Hey, you asked. Actually, no, it's not because there's Zoro for that.
I
GG.
picked Flax Mine,
did
man.
you-
There,
and
was,
you
there
used
wasn't
it
even
before.
bots. It's just so bad.
Everything has changed. There is no longer an old school feel. All right. So talking about skills here, how about invention? Obviously with much lower XP rates and a little bit more balance, but kind of like the overall concept of invention being the Bible that it appeared to be. Do you think it would be such a terrible skill for old school? I mean,
Yes.
I don't know. Like it kind of seemed like I don't know a whole lot about it, but my very ignorant opinion that I'm going to be forming here, it doesn't sound like it'd be a terrible idea being the money sink that it would be, as long as it be balanced out well and a lot less XP per hour. I really don't think it would be. It doesn't sound like it'd be terrible. Just like a straight money sink skill.
I mean, I don't really see the point of it. The concept of it doesn't seem that good. It's just you're upgrading your gear. If they don't want to make new gear, why are we just upgrading old stuff? Seems pointless to me, and I really wouldn't want it in the game.
I don't actually know what the skill is. I don't really know
Yeah.
what it entails, what it provides, but I would like a pogo stick.
I would also like a go stick, yeah.
Imagine doing Ardy on a pogo stick.
That would
Imagine
be just
Snowfish on a go stick.
You might fall off the plank there.
No, it
True.
wouldn't. It'd be fine.
Testing
It'd be 99
your
agility, man. I'm
te-
not gonna fall.
yeah.
The RD plank wouldn't do you like that. Be good luck.
I don't know. I wouldn't want invention coming here. I mean, you just break shit. That's all I remember hearing is you just break a whole bunch of shit repeatedly for no apparent reason. And
It's
then
just
you gain
Every
it's
XP.
an
single skill
unbelievable
is
item
just
stick, right?
repeating the same action over and over again.
This is true.
You sound surprised.
Yes, but this is called invention, okay? Breaking shit. There's no inventing in breaking shit. Just breaking shit.
Take it apart to see how it works, and then so you can apply its function to something else.
I don't know. I just think the whole concept is retarded.
That I will agree with.
Isn't the main method of training you unlock a perk, you put it on a weapon, and then you train combat as you would normally
Exactly,
until
yeah.
that weapon levels up, and then you like disenchant it, and you get like a shit ton of XP when you disenchant it after you level the weapon up.
Yeah, from what I understand now, the efficient way to do it is like Slayer bonus XP.
So the only point is you get to enchant your armor and weapons, right?
And it costs shitloads.
Yeah. I don't think we need
Reiterate
that.
on the shitload.
Yeah, I think that was the main point, was like, it's an unbelievable item sync for RS3. Like, it removes so much from the game, which was the point. Which isn't really that necessary in old school.
Alright.
Also on the subject of new skills, has anything else been said like about sailing?
No.
No, it'll be repulled though, don't worry.
No way, they're gonna try to smash that skill into the game.
They said they will look into it
Sailing in
after
tournament
Zaya.
worlds just to test waters.
Like next year, after Zaya's done, right? Like a year from now, they might talk about sailing again.
Yeah, probably.
Basically.
They need to start talking about 200 mil capes. That's what I want. The only thing I want.
But alright, so with D-Claws not being in the tournament worlds for a bit, people starting to get the feel for him, starting to like him a lot. How long do you expect there to be before D-Claws get pulled to be in the main game? And what kind of way of implementing them do you think that they would take? To my understanding, there was like a boss that you had to kill in the other game to get them.
Yeah, it was
Tormented
TDs.
demons.
Tormented demons, yeah.
Would it,
People really like
Quest
them.
boss from Wild Sleeps.
Yeah.
would it be a similar thing that they would introduce it, or?
Well, with Monkey
They
Madness
mentioned
2,
Monkey Madness
exactly,
too, didn't
yeah.
they, at RuneFest? I'm just imagining a regurgitated version of that.
so the idea was they wanted Torment and Demon mechanics in something you unlock from Monkey Madness 2, and you assume Trickool would drop from them again.
Yeah, that like slots in perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, like my own, I never experienced them, and like they're not going to affect me like directly. Aside from like Runecraft PKs might kill me faster, which would suck.
Yeah, you'd get barraged and then spec down, and
So
you're
like
done.
obviously everyone thinks they're like overpowered as fuck, but like from people that I kind of respect the opinion of, who like knew what they did, they don't seem that overpowered. Like they seem strong, but like they're not
Their
necessarily better than
accuracy.
AGS.
Their accuracy is significantly higher than an AGS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
significant.
regardless, whatever your respected friend, like I've never even played with fucking D-Claws. I just know that their accuracy far exceeds an AGS. Like it doesn't like even if it's hits just as high as an AGS is, its accuracy is just so much fucking higher.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, yeah, so I'm gonna abstain because I don't know shit. So it's just basically down to if they're like if they're overpowered as shit, then I'd rather they're not in the game. But I'm gonna abstain whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them because there's like, it was just like all rushing. Like that's all the PKing would be. Nobody would PK anymore. It would be literally one person standing in like right at the edge of the wilderness, step one step, and then claw rush twice, and then the other person would be dead or have to telly.
Can it be new best spec where Slayer tasks where you didn't need to use SGS for HP?
I'd assume it'd be the highest DPS.
Oh yeah, it would.
I mean, it would just ruin the whole aspect of it. Because this game, didn't Old School come out based as like for PKing and stuff like that? Wasn't it
Not
created?
necessarily.
Really?
There was not a this is why we're making this skill type
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Or
I
not
thought it-
skill, I meant server.
I thought that's what it was like. Started out was why they were doing it. Because the wilderness got ruined and stuff like that on EOC and stuff. But this would
There are other
totally,
factors that destroyed this on EOC.
yeah.
Yeah, so Maz just said, look, AGS is better
Polypore,
than
Staff
declaws
and
in
Mark
every
Lance
situation other
were-
than rushing.
A horrendous combo.
Yeah, I mean, what you guys said about it really does fit in perfectly with the torture demons that they plan on adding as a reward for Monkey Madness 2. And on the Q&A, they said look out for a Monkey Madness 2 devlog this week.
Oh.
This
So-
week, yeah.
Oh,
I don't think they'll talk about declaws in
It
them, but I think
almost-
they'll
yeah.
talk about torture demons and leave open the rewards.
Yeah, what do you think they should
Yeah.
drop?
I'd
Yeah.
be very surprised if they're not pulled. Like, they will be pulled.
I mean, the torture demons have to have some kind of drop.
Yeah.
what kind
We're
of
getting
time
something.
frame would you give it if it? I mean that as you guys are laying it out, it tells like you're telling me a story that's already been told. Like
Hmm?
torture demons dropping
Quest reward.
D-claws as a quest reward. Like
Wait, is Monkey Madness 2 Zaya 2 or Zaya 3? Or is it completely
no,
separate from
it's
Zaya?
completely separate. They said the first half of this year, I'm pretty sure. So we'd be getting it soon-ish.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense from like a how you would implement it point of view, and with
Just
the
like what other way, if they were to implement it, would they go about doing it?
yeah.
If they pass a poll, I'd like them to come from a new boss, which would make sense from the Monkey Madness 2 boss or whatever. I think that as long as they were balanced well, it'd be fine, but we all know Jagex is not very capable of balancing things, so yeah, we'll have to see. I do think it'll be pulled though.
But you also wonder if it would get any other unique drops, because TDs and RS3 have,
Dragon
By
limbs,
unique-
right?
yeah, they have dragon limbs and the shards of the D-plate, 3 different shards of the D-plate.
Yeah.
Like the lumps.
And I wonder if
I
they
think they
would
were called
also,
lumps.
yeah, the lumps.
Yeah, lumps, yeah.
You got one of them as a reward from the best in like 7 mil at the time or something. It's so good.
Wow.
As a reward from the quest.
Well, end of Gothic Sleep, you got a random one of the pieces, and I got like the most expensive one,
Oh, cool.
and I finished it. I was caped in RS3 for a while, and then fell off the bandwagon because they released a nukes like every fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't really know what else they could add, like, what do people want? I don't know.
I think that D-claws will definitely be pulled within whenever it is that they do take out these tournament worlds. I think within 2 weeks of tournament worlds being taken down, that we'll be seeing claws pulled or a dev blog of sorts. And that's if they don't even get to it before they remove it from these tournament worlds. Now I really do not like these tournament worlds. I don't give like people who are out like it's a fucking private server. It has no place in this game, and I really don't like it. So I mean, D-claws will come for sure. I'm not. I guess I don't really give a fuck at this point whether they do or don't.
I don't mind the tournament worlds, but I fucking hate people asking for stuff to be added to the tournament worlds. Like, it's not a part of the game. They shouldn't be updating it.
Yeah. Like, I saw that they had to like one of the mods had to like fine tune the animation of the D-Claw spec for the tournament world because it didn't look like the way it was supposed to or something. Like, are they really gonna spend time doing that if they didn't have plans of repolling or pulling it at some point in time? I don't know. Uh, so question is, so like I recently just got like a new computer. Shout out to Pack for building 95% of it. Uh, so what kind of setups do you guys have? Like, like what kind of mouse, what kind of keyboard? Do you play on a laptop, desktop? What's your setup looking like?
My setup is, I have like just a regular desktop, a really old monitor, and then with the desktop came a mouse and a keyboard, the regular one. Nothing fancy. Nothing like you got.
You guys. So I have a desktop. The tower is a 4690K, 750 Ti, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. I got 2 monitors, and then I've got like £15 each keyboard and mouse. Nothing special. I don't really spend too much on peripherals.
15 pounds? What are they made of? Gold?
Aha. The currency, pounds, those guys.
I was just put together from Randalicious, one of my IRL friends picked out for me pretty much, and he taught me through building it. Was sort of straightforward, I seem to remember. Green was on sale, I think, or something, or came with it, can't remember. Keyboard is a key mechanical with blues, and I've got a Logitech G400 as the mouse, which is a very lovely mouse. I played on a laptop for the better part of 2 years whilst going for Max and doing agility fun stuff, and saved up enough money to sink like £1,200 into a setup, and it's lovely. Does everything I need it to do. I'm thinking of a second monitor again though, just because it's on sale again.
I have a custom-made PC. I have 2 monitors. One of them's really old. I don't really use it for anything other than just having like Skype on there or whatever. I have a mechanical keyboard and lots of peripheral stuff, I guess. Not much else other than that, though. I don't really have a laptop or anything that I use to skate.
Yeah, very happy. I mean, I have a laptop and a desktop now. Um, Triple monitor setup's pretty fucking, like looking at this shit, it's kind of overkill. Like I'm happy with it, but god damn, it's a lot of shit to be looking at. A lot of real estate. Uh, it's fantastic. Very happy that I made them switch over. I don't know how frequently I'll be using my laptop here on out, other than in class or. Uh, I mean, I did play it in my living room a little bit this last week, but really nice. I know that Trance and I have the same keyboard and mouse. Mouse is a Razer Death Adder, and the keyboard is a Corsair Vengeance K70. But yeah, really happy with this new setup, and it's a lot better than what I was expecting it to be. Very happy with everything. But I did play on a laptop from day one up until, you know, like a week ago. It was I always had a mouse. Like I've been using the Razer Death Adder since 2013. Uh, One of my friends got it for me. Well, like he got it for himself, like for RuneScape, and then like he's like started burning out from RuneScape, and he saw I was using like this wireless mouse that my girlfriend gave me. It was kind of shit, but I wasn't doing anything really but cooking and hunting at that point in time. And I played a lot more than he did, which at that time I was only playing like 25 hours a week. But he saw my mouse and he gave me a Razer Death Adder, and I've been using it ever since. Whenever this mouse dies, whatever happens to it, I'll be buying the exact same kind. Fantastic. Love everything that I have. Next up, I guess, is trying to find a better desk in the future. Although that's a long way away. Alright, so moving on then. I don't like this question. Gonna delete it. So, alright. What do you guys do while doing not too intensive skills? It's like, are there any other games that you play on the side, or what are you doing? So like, for example, I was yesterday, or it was the day before actually, Zoid and I we were both fishing and we were playing this game called Heroes of the Storm together. You know, anything you guys do when you're doing non-click intensive things like that?
Watch TV. No other
But
no other
wouldn't
games.
you watch TV if you were doing something that was click intensive?
Sometimes. I mean, I don't really play any other games. RuneScape, usually I just play one. Quit playing Halo because it came out with Halo 5, so, and I haven't bought that game yet. Everybody's trying to get me to get it.
I play a lot of different games actually. I play Hearthstone quite a lot with things that aren't AFK enough to like, you know, like tab in and out of. But like, yeah, Hearthstone's really, because it's turn-based, it's piss easy to do like most skills with Hearthstone, honestly. I play Heroes of the Storm, a decent amount, like Randy said. Heroes of New Earth, H1Z1, Ark. I played Diablo 3 for about a week,
Wait,
month
wait.
ago.
Say, how do you pronounce Diablo?
Diablo? Diablo? I don't know.
You said like Dablio or some shit.
Did I say Diablo?
Yeah, you didn't
I
say
meant
it
to say
right.
Diablo, whatever I said. Yeah, I play a lot of shit. I think that's it. Oh, I play Adventure Capitalist. That's a great game.
Watch stuff, browse, and sometimes play Photo Down when I can't be bothered doing anything else. Apart from that, nothing.
I have a few other games I play, but nothing while I'm playing RS. I don't really find AFK skills fun, so I don't really do them. And if I have to, I'll probably just watch TV or whatever, but I do that even when I'm doing intense skills, so there's not much of a difference.
What other games you play?
Uh, play a lot of Smash, play a lot of Ocarina of Time, CSGO, stuff like that.
Okay, okay.
I I can watch movies and TV while doing like anything. I watch movies while I fire make. And while I like do Hunter with like tick abuse as well from doing that. So really not many skills where I can't watch a movie. I mean, there's several, but I can normally do it. I'll play a lot of Hearthstone as well. Probably play like an hour of Hearthstone a day, honestly, while I do agility. It's a fun game for me.
Isn't that a card game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only game that I've played, at least in the last few weeks, has been Heroes of the Storm. On the side, whether I was fishing or in Nightmare Zone, it's a game that my roommate started playing, and you know, well, it was, he was trying to show it to me a couple months ago when he was playing. And then like he started recently playing like every day for a couple hours a day, and that was like right before I went on my break that I had. And during my break, I decided to play it a little bit just because I just want to be better than him, and that's really my only aspirations and goals for the game. But like it's an alright game. Um, that's like exactly like League of Legends, but Heroes of the Storms, not a bad game, but when I'm not doing click intensive skills, like, I mean, I'm always playing on multiple accounts, so like right now I'm hunting with tick abuse and playing on my alt. As Trance was saying, yeah, it doesn't really matter what skill you're doing. You're always able to do more things. But all right. So next question is, why don't other members of Hexis stream often? You know, like Trance and Trickool. You guys, why don't you stream?
Don't call me out.
Hey,
You're in the question, man.
hey,
Be
I'm
honest.
just reading the question.
Well, I don't know why they don't stream anymore, but I know Trance is on
you too,
that
motherfucker.
mall.
Who,
Yeah,
me?
it's not just directed at us.
Yeah, you like Ace. You don't
Hey,
like
I
you,
streamed-
you,
I
you,
was-
st-
I was-
you streamed your fire cape that you died
happy with
on.
it. Hey, I
Is it-
completed it though.
87 in the chat, please.
Oh god.
Like
Please, no.
there's gotta be like, yeah, it's not just for them. Like you too. Why don't you? Like,
Well, because I'm usually PVMing and I CBA to get crashed and I have to call like 50 people to come get crashed at Corp. Not about that life. I've only had to call 2 ACs at Corp.
what
Out of,
is
like the
what
15
what is
times.
AC? What is this lingo?
Anti-crash.
You're
where, like,
talking
a
you're
whole bunch of
talking in
people-
ways that you think we know what you're talking about.
Where
I
it's
mentioned this
basically
earlier in the
when-
podcast and you told me to shut up.
Where fucking like you're at Corp and then like some team tries to crash you and then you call an AC and like 20 to 30 people come and show up and then the other people leave. That tried to crash you and then you get your world back and then they all leave. It's very useful.
I mean, I stream pretty erratically. I haven't streamed in a few weeks. The thing is, like, I always think, like, you know, I'll load up OBS and think, like, oh, time to stream. And I think, like, I wouldn't watch myself because all I'm doing is, like, I'm just
Yeah.
running around roofs or some shit, like, and then I'm just like, oh, fuck this. Like, unless I'm doing Slayer, like, you know, that Slayer's kind of interesting, especially Cerberus. Like, I streamed a lot on my Cerberus, but, yeah. I mean, you know, if you're looking for more Hexis streamers, there's the Hexis Twitch group. Go on there. There's somebody streaming most of the time.
Oh, I like that plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, you know, like I wonder when Zoid's monthly service task that he streams is gonna be the other day. So I think it's cool that I saw this question. Well, alright, but what about
I'd just
you,
like to
Ned?
clarify, if you are somebody who enjoys watching my streams, there is something definitely wrong with you. I'll go on sets of streaming for like 3 hours a night for like 4 days in a row to streaming not at all for a month. Just sort of reluctant to load up OBS and act all charismatic. Just have other stuff that I'd rather be doing, really.
Hey, you don't have to act charismatic. You just have to be yourself.
But if I was myself, there wouldn't be anybody watching. I go into
Well,
negative
there isn't
viewers.
people that watch anyway.
I have you know, I've got a consistent 20 to 40 viewers, rated fishing. Don't know why,
I
but
forgot
still
where I
do.
was and I pulled up Trickle's stream and I was like, wait, what? He's streaming again? Hell's going on?
Did a clue on it the other day. It was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was at the getting my car oil change. Freaking stealing their Wi-Fi, watching Triple stream. I was like, wait,
I'll
what
not
did you
watch
say?
your stream unless it's on borrowed Wi-Fi.
That sounds awful.
Look at that B emote. That's great. Look at that.
I streamed like twice, like a year ago. I don't really stream anymore. I didn't really like it. I don't want to have to talk to people all day, so yeah.
Okay, Trance.
Fucking people, man.
Trance is still on his vacation. He's on holiday, so that's why he can't.
No, I'm.
Isn't it
alright,
Lent now?
guys?
Lent now, isn't it?
Is it?
I didn't want to make
No,
this
it's
announcement
not.
here.
It's not.
No, it was Pancake
I
Day.
didn't want to make this announcement here, but y'all are pushing me. I'm officially retiring from streaming. Oh god. I never
Such a
thought I'd
s-
say that. Yeah.
It's a sad day. It's a sad day.
It was a good run. But,
Break.
you know, Y'all just didn't give me enough money. You bastards. I was expecting like 5K in donations to come rolling in the first day.
All good things must come to an end.
You guys see Shantu streaming the other day, and he had this massive progress bar along the top, which was like road to like Lamborghini Aventador, like 0 out of $560,000.
That's my meme.
Is it? Oh, he fucking
I
stole
started
it.
that.
He
I
said it
started
was
that.
his.
What? No, I had fucking.
You were
road to
200
tour
mil over
models
double, weren't you,
bonds.
Trance?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
The only
I
reason I
think,
streamed.
Oh, check out. What's Takami's Twitch name? That's
Dukami
Dukami RS.
Dukami
0
under.
out of
There's an
$3.22
There's an
the bus fare
underscore.
home.
There's an underscore.
I'm proud to be part of the Duke Army.
He did. He went to the library to play.
Yeah, that's what we're saying to you today.
He
He's
has
do
to because
road
his
to bus
internet
fare
at home
home.
is shit.
He was stuck in the library with no money, and he had to stream.
Yeah,
to get,
so he
to
streamed
get
for
fund his
donations.
way home.
Fucking Duke Army. He's great. Also, check out his YouTube.
Wait, what's his YouTube?
Yeah, what's his YouTube? You can't
Dukami
just
RS.
say
His
check
videos
out
are
his
brilliant. I don't know.
YouTube.
I don't know if you guys have watched them. I'm gonna make it find it.
It was in my sub box.
Jesus. Alright, we're gonna move on. Trance has officially announced his retirement from streaming.
Beat your Zoid.
But alright, so nature room prices are at at least a 2+ year high. You know, like, and given the price of PRS, nature room crafting has never been more profitable than what it currently is right now. Do you think that Zaya rune crafting will have a impact on that price? Like, why are nats so high right now? And do you think they're gonna stabilize at that? You know, just what are your opinions on the nat price? What's
I think they'll stabilize. The question asks, do you think they'll go back down after people get 91 from Zaya? I can't really imagine someone getting 91 through souls and then switching to nats. I don't think that's a very common thing. So yeah, I think they're just gonna keep going up. Maybe I can picture them going at 300.
They already hit 300.
On Astral's like
Yeah,
200
I saw mine at
one
300
each.
the other day.
are Astrals really?
Yeah, Astral's 200
Was
each.
it you that tweeted a picture of them at like 1 each today?
Yeah,
Zoid?
I insta-sold the 201 earlier.
Yeah.
Is that more GP an hour than
I think slightly,
nats?
isn't it?
Is it more efficient, I should say, for
Probably. At that price,
non-alt?
yes. It has to be
Slightly.
0.6, right?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm
if
been
they're
told
200, if
1.6.
they're 200 fucking each, nats have got to be like over 300 to be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, it's always flipping back and forth. I think Astrals are often more efficient than them. But I mean,
And you get to do more agility.
it's all down to price and whether, like, you know, Zaya and could ever be better. And I think the reason Nats are so high, you see, because of the
Astrals
Solus
too?
conspiracy.
What's the
Solus
conspiracy?
trying to make it out that Alking's more efficient than imbuing now to raise Nat prices.
That's a good idea. Gotta get people off the imbue train with Astrals being 200 each. I remember they were like
I was
8.
saying this the other day. Someone like tweeted a picture of me saying, got 99 fishing, bye for all the snow. And the guy had 200 Astrals in his invent and I didn't once see him cast an imbue whilst he was fishing with me. It just makes you think
Well,
how many are just like stagnant in the market because people don't imbue and just have them for show.
What's his Twitter account? Call him out.
I can't remember off the top of my head, it was about 2 months ago.
What was his name? RuneScape name? You got anything?
Oh, fuck, I can't remember because there's so many people who've done it with me. See, I can find it.
You can do it. We'll wait. Trickool will get back to us on that one.
Ace,
It's gonna
go
take
ahead.
like 40 minutes.
Yeah, we can wait.
Go ahead, Ace.
I don't think it... I think Nats were... hold on, rereading.
It was Dan in the chat.
Was it
Definitely
him?
Dan. I don't think so, but I'll just call him out anyway.
I don't think it was gonna ruin Nats. I think Nats are well. I mean, it could, and it could not. I mean, depends on how you look at it. If you're buying the Nats, yes, you'll be crying because of the price. But if you're making the Nats, it's gonna make Nats more profit for you. So it could go either or.
Well, people always want nats, and souls have like a very limited use.
True.
I don't know.
So basically, are you buying Nats or are you making Nats? So it would be depend on the use. Like if you're rune crafting them, then it would be ideal for you. If you have to buy them because you're alking, then it would say it would be ruined for you. That makes any sense? Probably not.
I haven't
Not
been listening and
much.
I'm really confused now.
Me too. I'm confused myself. I do that all the time. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with it.
I wasn't really listening, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Next question is relating to the Rex for Hexis. Question asked is, do we think that we're ever going to increase, not decrease, but increase the requirements to get into Hexis? And then the question also says, or at least the smiley requirements as time goes on. If so, to what? There's not a set rec for a smiley. We use our discretion for everyone. You know, like if you have 500 EHP, but that 500 came within 5 weeks, you'd be able to get it added. You know, like it's all for a smiley. It's all about using our discretion of whether or not we see you as potentially being a future member. I really can't imagine any kind of situation where we increase the Rex, make it more difficult than what it already is. I don't know, Trance and Trickool, what you guys think, what kind of input you have.
Not to get in, but if we get more ranks to play around with, I definitely want to make some higher tier ranks, bring back top 10 EHP for a rank as some of the higher ranks. Because it just sort of cuts off at 25 now, and if we got more ranks past captain, be able to have top 10
how many different ranks are there
EHP.
in the RS3 clan
Or it's
system?
like double.
Oh yeah, so would we use all of them up and just make it more more
Diverse.
specific, I guess?
Yeah,
I don't
pretty
know.
much.
If anything, I was kind of thinking like having two different smiley ranks, like a smiley rank top 1K as a top 1K rank smiley rank, and then like a different rank as like a smiley who's not top 1K. I don't fucking know.
That makes sense.
Well, you can do the CML groups for that, B. I'm not touching it.
Oh no, I mean it would stay the way it is. I'm just saying like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you can't really tell the difference. Like let
Like
me
a
just
trial member and then an actual split, you mean?
no like as I was saying before, like if someone has 500 total EHP, but that 500 has come in 5 weeks, that's someone who I would like to hope either of you guys, if you were scrolling through looking at applications, seeing 5 consecutive 100-hour weeks, that'd be someone that you would add. So, but like he's not top 1K rank. So like he would have like a generic smiley, but like a different smiley would be like a smiley who's like top 1K EHP rank, close to being a member type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
although I don't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do when we get more things. But I really don't see there ever being a time where we increase the Rex. We have over 100 members now. On the top 500, we have more than 100 members, which is just fantastic. And
1 in every 5, 1 in every 4 max players.
Hexis.
would be higher. We've had like 10 people that have maxed and then quit. But
Could have
yeah,
just copped out and said the people that burnt out and did log in after max were ours as well. Like Carlo, Trial Boss, and things like that. People like that.
Well, you'd have one more max player if I get off my high horse and just finish off Hunter.
you're
Yeah.
yeah, but nah, I really don't think we would be increasing Rex ever. Although, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna just say it. Fuck it. I would be shocked if I ever increased the Rex. All right,
I
moving
just don't
on.
see why you'd need to increase Rex to get in at least. Unless it
Nice.
got too flooded.
What?
Unless the clan got too flooded.
What do you mean?
The point where we were just over capacity and had to do some natural selection.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
raffle it off.
Names out of a hat, you get kicked.
Or it's like battle royale.
I
whole
think
bunch of series of challenges, just challenges
no,
to get
remember,
in.
what was it? The tiebreak of the HP thing was going to be an endurance race around Ardy.
Yeah.
That should be it. And the last 10 standing get to stay in the clan.
You'd be there for like 50 hours.
Could you imagine the pressure? Like
I don't even think I'd last an hour under that pressure, to be honest.
you'd legit be sweating.
Oh yeah.
Alright, another thing kind of clan related is in regards to accepting players into the clan, talk about how you evaluate players who've got a lot of EHP, like inflated EHP, whether that's from like lavas, souls, or guthans.
It's honestly been so long since they nerfed that, I hardly even look at it anymore.
Yeah.
Like a smiley applying. It's been so long since they nerfed it. Like a smiley who hasn't been playing that long probably wouldn't even know what the hell it is.
And as long as it's not your account, like, i.e. your account isn't just like 100% Nightmare's only HP, then it's not really that pressing of an issue anymore. Back when it was about those, like the first thing you'd check.
Oh yeah.
You had to turn people away if they had like 50s in combats but like 90 Slayer.
I still look at it. It's not as important as what it once was. So I don't know. It's interesting because post nerf, there was someone who had like 2k EHP, but like 1,000 of it was Guthans, and I didn't give him a recruit rank. I don't know if that's something that you guys would give, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we all have our own way of addressing it, but it's something that you still look at, but it's not the ultimate decider as it once was. Which is nice. I mean, if you see a smiley, let's say there's a smiley with like 1,800 EHP, and you know he's been averaging 200-hour months for the last 3 months, and he did like 300 hours of Guthans in the past. Like, it's a lot easier to see through it now than before, I'd say. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying.
All right. Next question. Do you think there's any chance that we can start making the podcast more frequently? This is actually worth noting. This is the least amount of time that we've ever had in between podcasts. 10 days, or 11 days actually. Um, is there any way we make it more frequent? Like we have them set for every other week, and I think that that's a good time frame. I like it being every other week, and I don't want them to be more frequent. Like, our podcasts are usually several hours long, and like if we started doing them every single week, they wouldn't be like we wouldn't be able to sit here and talk about nonsense 2 to 3 hours every single week. Like, it being
Yeah.
every other week gives it gives there to be enough time for shit to happen in game or in the
And
community.
still be relevant.
Yeah,
Like, if
yeah.
you're to do it every month and you're talking about it went on at the start of the month, why? And even if you're to do it more frequently, you're going to be discussing like the update and then maybe some other stuff that's happened on Reddit, and that's just like not enough to justify like 6 people's time and your time watching it. In my opinion, I think if you want to watch one, you want to watch like a good 2 or 3 hours of just 2 weeks of stuff that's still relevant.
Yeah, I think it being every other week is a good time frame, and I really like it how it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of deal. And I think it would like I wouldn't want to plan out every single week like okay at this time we're gonna be doing a podcast like I had to wake up for this podcast. I wouldn't want to schedule every single week into my calendar. You know, at this date and time, I have to do a podcast. It's a lot nicer being every other week. I think with it being every other week, it being a lot longer, you get a lot better quality. So, I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's all about quality, not quantity. So we're gonna keep sticking to every other week. But all right. Moving on to the next question. So, what are you guys' thoughts on burnouts? Do you think people who burn out should be kicked from Hexes? First, let me address this. If people are burnt out and they give us a reason why they're not going to be playing for a significant amount of time, they don't get kicked out. You know, giving us that kind of notice that they're going to be inactive is real good. And you know, shit, if someone burns out and we don't hear from them for a bit, they get removed. But if they're still checking our website and still being somewhat it's not just all about being active in the game. It's also about being active on the site or in TeamSpeak, things like that. Um,
So basically, you just described no one perfect.
Yeah, no one perfect will probably be removed in about a month if we don't hear shit from him. Because I've messaged him and haven't heard anything from him. It's if we are told in advance that you're gonna be burning out, then it's acceptable. If you leave without any notice and you're just gone, you will get removed. But like for a good example, Ned here has been pretty burnt, but been talking to him every week since he's been semi-burnt, and
More
I was
like
even
fully, but
I was even able to bully him on to do a little bit of Hunter the other day.
Yeah, so obviously I have no say on people getting removed from Hexis, that doesn't really matter, but I mean if you don't want to play the game then it's fine, you can't really fault that, but I think it's hilarious when people set really ambitious goals. Particularly smileys that join the clan. You guys remember Safal?
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Oh god.
Boy, do I remember
Oh
Safari.
god.
People set like really ambitious goals, like just quit my job, gonna pull like 100-hour weeks, and
No,
then they play for
130.
like a week. Yeah, what was it? 130. Played
It
for
was
like a week,
130
and then
EHP
they're just gone.
weeks.
So like Safal disappeared after 1 week.
Well, he
I
would
think that's
only link his
hilarious.
CML in TS, and he would do 30 hours of 3 skills,
Yeah,
and he would
I
get 22 EHP.
I think that shit's hilarious when people burn out after like a week of setting an ambitious goal.
You don't feel bad for them at all?
I mean,
No, it's too
not
funny.
really.
No.
I just think like if people don't understand that it's actually difficult to do anything for like 100 hours a week, like it's
It
mentally
is.
challenging, man. Not to sound like Brad.
Well,
It is difficult. It's draining. And then yeah,
not
people
if you're doing a fast XP skill, it isn't. I mean,
100
come
100
hours
hour
a
on.
week,
weeks is
like
100 hour weeks.
Come on now. But if you're skill hopping, it's
Oh
not
shit,
mentally.
I missed the name.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've clicked on and all.
All right. Um. We answered that other question last week. Who the fuck left this daddy question in here?
No, what?
Oh, that's great.
What did it
Someone
say? I
also
didn't get to
deleted
read
this
it.
question.
Jesus.
Cool.
Isn't cool.
I think you should bring it back.
I mean, I don't like, I almost, so the question asks, do you mind, Randy, if we call you daddy? You know, I like to think of myself as a father figure for everyone in Hexis. You know, I do like to see myself as the father, and you know, you're all my children. So go ahead, call me what you
Hooray!
want. I don't know who the fuck asked that. I don't want you
I
guys
do.
made a big.
I do.
Alright, moving on to an actual question here is, how would it affect you guys if Jagex nerfed any of the tick manipulation methods to stop them from working the way that they do? What would your opinion be if they did that without pulling it, and what kind of effect would it have on you?
If they did it without pulling it, that goes against everything that they said
Not
about the
not
game.
not really. Like if
Nah,
it's a bug. They
It is
don't
a
have to
bug.
pull
not
bugs.
a bug, it's an unintended feat.
Well, it wouldn't affect me at all either way. But
You get more HP.
true.
Yeah, if EHP rates got reverted back, oof, been like 9k EHP or something.
I'd probably lose ranks. Actually, no. Yeah, I probably would. No, because I'd gain in smithing. Because it used to be 150k. Or something like that.
What?
What?
You wouldn't gain shit.
Why would they change smithing?
You just said, well, Trickool just said if they reverted all the EHP... what's it
Motherfucker,
called?
that's because he has
Well,
like
it-
170
yeah,
mil
hey.
fishing XP.
Well, yeah. I'd gain like a couple hundred EHP.
Smithing has never been 150k.
Case.
I thought it was, because then it got removed from like... I don't know.
What?
God,
Seriously been away for too long.
I've been
Honestly,
away
it's-
for too long. That's what happens when 2.5 weeks of Corp does to you. Mind fucks you.
Turns your mind to mash.
Yeah. So I'd be secretly relieved because I don't really do tick manip. I mean, I do some, but then after about like 20 minutes, you know, I just get distracted, man, and it's just AFK fish. So it'd be good for my EHP, but I'd rather they didn't change it. I think it is obviously it's not intended design, but it is a good risk kind of reward ratio, effort reward ratio. I would not like them to nerf it.
My life has been manipulation since September 13th, 2015. So of course I would be kind of annoyed if they just decided to flip my world upside down. I'd be more irritated about records set by manipulation methods, knowing that they would never ever be able to get beaten again. Unless a new method came out that was far superior to what XP rates the people were getting doing the records with the tick manipulation. That will never happen, but it's just food for thought.
I don't think I'd be very happy just because fishing is terrible without tick manipulation. If I had to 5 tick fish 200 mil, oh man, I'd burn out again for sure.
Draining.
It's
really is draining.
it's not even demanding at all. Like you could play other games while you did it.
Yeah, but that's not
That's
fun.
not fun.
What's the point of even doing it?
Yeah.
Because it's the most efficient way of doing it at that point.
When I was
Yeah.
fixing the document with Zoid for the podcast, I was 5 tick fishing for a bit, and I got so bored of it, I just logged out. Just did the sheet
I
on
mean,
its own and didn't even play.
You could like make darts between fish still.
If you want to
Bolts.
increase the click intensity of it, yeah, I guess you can.
For me, if they nerfed it, first off, let me just say that I think that it's very balanced being the way that it is. It's a lot more balanced than any kind of actual methods that the mods could put out themselves. the effort reward is pretty balanced, and it affect me quite a bit. Uh, I'm hunting right now, you know, Swamp Tar, Marantil, set my shit faster, type of deal. Would affect me quite a bit for Hunter, and I mean, I don't really plan on doing things like fishing or woodcutting in the future, but I really don't think that it'll ever be nerfed simply because the engine work that would be required would just be way too difficult, and Ian is too busy doing nothing to do that. You know, like we always hear these things about like, oh, you know, we could do that, but it would require quite a bit of engine work. Like always blaming updates that can't happen on the engine work. We never hear shit about what he's doing. He never tweets about anything. He never gives us an update of what's even happening. I really don't even think he does much, and there it would just require too much engine work to be nerfed. Although one thing that could be done for woodcutting would be just straight up removing the monsters that are in the area. But
Something to
You've
make
been halted,
the
Randy.
methods of tick manipulation obsolete would be adding interfaces for making one of something, or just interfaces in general. So if you're cutting row and caviar, if it was an invent instead of instantly cutting, you won't be able to do it like that anymore. If you were to use tar on herb, it would pop up an interface and wouldn't be able to do it anymore. Same with claws, is the only way that you could get around that.
I think that I think the mods like the way that it is.
Well, they've acknowledged it, haven't they? And I think they're more sort of, well,
Yeah,
they're using their ingenuity. Why condemn them?
yeah,
Yeah.
for them, I think they have the same opinion. Like, it's a clever use of game mechanics. If you're willing to put in the extra effort, then go ahead.
I imagine, was it serious that Ronan was asking you what you did for your woodcutting?
Yes,
Was he
Yeah.
surprised? Or at
Yes.
least intrigued?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like he was.
Yeah, so exactly.
They were just like, how did you guys do this? Like, this is incredible. What did you guys do? But Alright, so we're gonna move on to the next question here then. It says, why are so many Hexis members so egotistic, besides Aubrey and a couple others? They feel like Hexis has the potential to help the efficient community grow in a positive way. Instead, they put down others. I'm going to take this one first and say that you're right. You know, we kind of encourage a bullying mentality in Hexis. We're gonna bully you into efficiency, and if you don't like it, go to Solus.
You can hold hands.
But Trance, what are your thoughts?
I'm not egotistical. What are you guys talking about?
No, he said besides Aubrey and some others, he probably meant you.
Oh yeah, you're obviously included in the some others, but what do you think
you're
about
not
it?
important enough to be mentioned, though.
I don't know. I'm tired as fuck.
Past Trance's
I think
bedtime.
we've got a, you've got to be cruel to be kind sort of mentality going on, really. I mean, we might come off as awful people, but no, we're doing it for your own good.
I don't think we're that bad. I don't know,
We're
man.
pretty-
Maybe
we're
I'm
pretty-
involved in it.
We're really
I've
like
never been on the receiving end of it.
Exactly, yeah.
we're really shit. Like as I said before, I bullied Ned into logging in because he was burned.
But that's for the good of Ned, you know, so he makes more gains. But I
Yeah.
don't
You
know,
gotta be
like
cruel to be kind.
I like the attitude of Hexis generally. It's like a kind of loudmouth kind of thing, but it's warranted.
It-
I don't know. I like it. I don't know what good we can do, really. I mean, you know, Hexis convinced me to get into efficient skilling, so obviously it works.
Yeah. As I said before, like we're gonna bully you into efficiency, or you're not going to like. Like we are very egotistical, but you have to at least consider that we're doing it for your own good. You know, like it's tough love is what it is. Like when we're ripping on people for doing shit poorly, that's because we want them to do better. We want the best that you can do. We want you to strive. There's so much more potential that you have that you're just not even tapping into. It's tough love. We only want what's best for yourself.
We are helping you waste less time on the game.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a well said statement right there. That's basically it right there.
But all right. Next question: if you alone were the one making decisions for the game, would you make a statement that the use of alts is a bannable offense, or that it should remain as it is?
I mean, I think it would be everyone would be on the same playing field if nobody played alts, and it would be maybe a more
Well, to argue, everyone is already on the same
exactly.
playing field, given that they can
Yeah,
use
exactly.
alts.
Yeah, exactly.
Just some
Everyone can use
people are
alts,
bone
yeah,
idle
yeah.
gits.
But I mean, I think it would lead to a kind of a more competitive top page at least. I mean, not necessarily, but I would prefer if there were no alts, but I don't really have an inherent problem with them. I don't really know. I don't think I'd change it, really.
You don't play on alts, right?
I don't play an alt. No.
I don't know.
Especially
No.
early
I
access.
heard Iron Rousey is
Well, Iron Ruiz been making some
Oh.
solid gains, but
But don't give it away that it's him.
it's not me. So
Not yeah. We only heard this. It's not
Yeah.
Zoid.
this is
It's
somebody
not
else. Hey, you did Shield of Arav the other day with Randy's ult.
can confirm.
That was
Whoever that guy was, yeah. God bless him.
I don't know. I don't. If I had to make the decision, I think I'd rather we didn't play alts, but whatever.
If I had to make the decision, I would leave it at what it is, due to the fact that if you think everybody that's playing an account now, if you did 1 in 3 of the people that are playing on an alt also, think of all the membership that they're buying for that account.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
from
if you,
a business perspective, though, you're taking it from you as a player.
Oh, for me as a player, I'd still play an alt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change
So
it.
you wouldn't change it, yeah. That's the answer.
Yeah, it'd still be the same. Everybody can play an alt if they want to. It wouldn't. You're still on the same playing field when you start. You're just choosing to not play an alt, and you're doing a disservice to yourself.
oh, I love that.
Amen.
Copyrighted from Randy, by the way. He uses that big word, disservice. He's used it at least 10 times in TS that I can count. So I stole that from him.
You only got 10 fingers, haven't you?
Glad you can count to 10.
Well, yeah, you only have 10 fingers so far, yeah.
You have to whip
One.
out the toes.
You've got toes.
Yeah, it's effort. You have to look down. You can't like see them right in front of your eyes, you know.
Yeah, and Ace hurt his leg, so it's kind of hard to hear.
Yeah, I hurt my leg, you know. Still bothering me, you know. 'Cause of-
Get well soon, Ace.
yeah, I know. It's a good run.
We should all sign a card for him.
An e-card?
Are we assuming this is just gold farming alts or any type of alts?
Well, back early in RuneScape,
Interacting.
it was never, yeah.
Okay. I'd say you can't really change it now. Too many people have made money. It'd just be unfair to everybody else. But if you could go back, I would not make gold farming alts allowed.
Oh yeah, same. I wouldn't change it now, but yeah, if I had to make a decision to
Yeah.
make them, yeah, exactly.
In an ideal world, it would have been allowed, but at this point, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. There's no
They
point
just
changing
put
now.
those who have used them at a advantage. And going about people saying that it would make the high scores look cleaner because everyone would be on the same playing field. Everyone has the potential to play an alt, just people are lazy.
Yep.
It doesn't really make sense to make something that isn't against the rules. That makes sense. I don't know.
Well, it was against the rules to begin with, and then they came out and they're like, okay, you can play all.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense to make
it was
something
it was
that's
listed
against the rules.
it was listed as being against the rules, but it was something that no one probably had ever been banned for
That's what I'm
because
saying. Like, what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying
wasn't
is,
enforced.
it'd be really hard to get the message out to people who use alts that you can't use alts anymore, and it wouldn't be fair to them.
Yeah.
Make it.
Yeah, so say Link's logged in and hadn't read what had been going on
Yeah.
and just got banned for using an alt or something along those lines of it.
Oh,
That wouldn't be fair.
I think most of the front page besides Trance would be banned. For using
Cap
an
King,
alt. Cap King too, yeah.
he doesn't use any of this hex shit.
Is that what he calls it now?
That's what he's
This
always
is
called
cheating
it.
shit.
Didn't you see him go outside and get actual snow? And
I saw that. Oh,
Trance
brilliant.
showed me that on Skype. I think I cried a bit.
Link,
It made me laugh so much.
Link, I've been
he
underground.
he went
Somebody
out
find it quick.
went outside,
Took
got a
his head out the
handful of
window
snow,
and scooped up a bit. Yeah.
and threw snow up on himself.
And then did like this the shaking his head thing, you know what I mean? It's great.
He did the full emote.
Yeah, yeah,
That
it was
was-
really good.
Oh. How do I miss that?
Was he making snow sticks at the same time, or was he fishing?
I don't know.
He would have to have been fishing.
Yeah, he's probably fishing.
I'd pray he would have been fishing.
I don't know. To answer the question, back when they made the change to allow it, I thought it was an interesting change, and when that change was made, that's when I started playing on an alt to make money. I didn't prior, given that it was against the rules, even though it was a rule that they didn't and refused to enforce. Didn't do it then, but once it became illegal to do, I started doing it. And back before it was allowed, I mean, I probably didn't support it, but shit, time you gotta adapt to the ever-changing dynamic of efficient skilling. Alright, so this is something I was streaming last night. Had a lot of people talking to me about this. There is a ranging method that is in Clan Wars. It requires a lot of alts or other people to do, but you could get like 700k range XP an hour doing it. What are your guys' thoughts on something like that? Like this similar rates can be achieved in Nightmare Zone, so I'm surprised that people are finding things like this being so groundbreaking and overpowered, but what do you guys think about Clan Wars ranging?
I think it's pretty dumb. I think they should make like multiplayer mini games like that. Give like half XP.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can do it, but it's just stupid. It's just something the regular player can't do, and it's not. It is a bit of an advantage. It's just I'd rather not. Yeah. Apparently people did this in RS3, by the way. I was told Drumgun did this for range. I'm not sure if that's true, but yeah.
I don't really see any advantage to it since you get 200 mil range from cannoning anyways.
Oh, I
Same
mean,
with magic.
It's for
It's-
people that are just trying to get high XP and don't really give a
He
shit
set the
about
day record on
efficiency.
CML as well.
And don't really give a shit about efficiency.
Didn't you do like D2H with like spec energy transfer?
Ah, it's a good
Yeah,
point. Maybe,
yeah.
yeah.
That'd
Well,
be crazy.
yeah, you would be.
Yeah, you definitely could actually. Yeah.
If you die there, I'm not sure if your spec gets restored or not, but I guess you could just have people go to Clan Wars and reset themselves. Like, yeah, it could definitely be done. And it could be done with attack, strength, defense, D2H spec, and energy transfer. Yeah, that's something that someone should try out. Get a bunch of people to come out and waste their time and let you see how much strength XP you could actually get.
Hey, we have the audience right now.
Nah,
Randy, you want to head out there?
I don't even Nah, it's all good. I mean, I'd be able to get 200 mil strength in like a day then.
There was another question asking the same thing, but also adding on, do you think people would start providing this as a service like Blast Furnace? What do you think about
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they would as a service. Like, could you imagine, like, hey, I'll pay you, like, say you're paying someone just to be, like, obviously you would do it on an alt, but the alt needs to have, like, a decent amount of HP so it can live long enough, but
Well, it's pretty elaborate. Like, well, I was watching Baby do it, and there was about 10, 15 people involved. But you need a lot of accounts. And
yeah,
you can't really have multiple people doing it, so you'd be paying quite a lot for the service.
yeah, like, I mean, there's services for every, like, Barbarian Assault, like, you can leech that, like, the same way you'd be able to
Yeah.
leech this shit, like, back before they nerfed Nightmare Zone range, there was a service you'd pay for someone to you would pay for someone to lure your things. You know, people doing it all the time. So absolutely a service would sprout out with it, but you can get the same XP rates in Nightmare Zone with 2 alts. The way that you would do that is you'd have one alt that just sits under you, and they would have like protect from melee on the entire time, like wear like monk robes or whatever, and then you would have, all right, you'd have your main sitting there AFKing. You would have one alt standing under you, and they would be just honestly there as a dummy. And then you would have the other alt there that's actually luring the monsters. The same XP rate can be accomplished with significantly less accounts and a lot less, should I say, effort? Cheaper,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just
Method.
waiting for somebody to start paying lava runners, get a whole bunch of RCXP an hour, 200k.
Well, I mean, if you want
be
to
that much
if you
faster
want to
then, would it?
expand on that,
It
it'd
wouldn't
be
be
like
200k.
it could be like death.
Yeah.
You could do like death tallies.
I mean, you don't waste any ticks on the altar.
Oh
It'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
Yeah.
an average of like 4 per trade, and you'd have to review every once in a while, so you'd get a lot of XP an hour.
But
Be
you
a
need
lot more
binding
than
nexus is
regular.
the problem.
They could
Yeah, I
renew them.
guess.
Yeah, you'd have to keep trading for them as well. Like, it would obviously be higher, but like I don't know how much higher. 100k would be like pushing it, I think.
I think if you
Be
always
interested to
had
see someone
people
try it.
there,
Yeah.
you could, I don't know, it probably wouldn't be long-term sustainable, but you could try hard for an hour and get pretty insane XP.
I don't know. So I don't know what this client is. Is this that HD client?
No, no. So you know how like all the browsers drop Java, or are dropping it.
Mm-hmm.
So RuneScape's written in Java, and they've rewritten the client in C++, which is another programming language. So it's a completely new client from Jagex for RS3.
The only thing I know about this is that Aubrey has codes for it,
Ah, I saw this.
doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, that's the
Well,
only
he
thing
got
I know
a
about it.
beta code. I don't know if he has extras.
Right.
Yeah, I've been told apparently it's a much better language for rendering graphics or something like that. Like the client should run a lot smoother. And I
Well,
was
anything's
watching
better
that
than
few videos.
fucking
It looks
Java.
amazing.
Is this just a rehash of HTML5 that they were going to do and never did?
I don't know. I
Because
don't
they were
really
going to
know
do
that much.
HTML5 for everything, and the render distance was really far, but I think there were problems because they had a beta for it and then nothing happened, I think.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried it. Never had even heard of it prior to this question.
I've heard of it, and it's 2016, and RuneScape only just started using graphics cards. Let that sink in.
But old school still runs purely on CPU.
And it only uses one core.
Yeah.
So is that good?
That's
It's going to be a
terrible.
lot more efficient, and they can also probably do a lot more
Optimized.
with it.
Oh,
Like, that opens a lot of opportunities for what they can
it's
do
good.
with
The
RS3.
NXT client's good. The using one core, that's like fucking 1990s shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like a friend has like a 30-minute video of him just running around in the game. It does look really amazing.
Does it ruin the
Well,
old school feel?
it definitely ruined the old school feel, but there already was no
RS3,
old
so
school
it
feel
doesn't
on
matter.
RS3.
It's obsolete.
I think it was generally like people were pretty happy about it, and I think it will be a good addition to the game. I don't have a beta code or whatever, so I haven't tried it out, but it's something I will probably for a few minutes when it becomes public.
I don't think I'll try it. I don't really care, but it looks cool.
I don't know. So, last question here then. This was Ned's first podcast. Seemed a little shy, but how did you like being on the podcast, Ned?
It's all right. I don't usually talk much, so
All right. Well, then that will be doing it here for the 30-second Hexis podcast. Look for the next podcast to be, was that
It's a leap year.
March?
It's a leap year.
Oh,
It is a
Oh,
leap year.
Okay. So
You're about to say what day it's gonna be.
I was pulling up a calendar as I
Oh,
was
okay.
going to
What?
say it. What do you mean? There's a fucking calendar at the bottom right of your goddamn computer. Click the damn thing. Find out what the fucking date is. That's what I always
Or you
do.
just fucking add 14.
the calendar on mine.
oh Randy, they want the 2-tick woodcut method story.
Oh, if
Oh,
you watched the last podcast.
That's for a
hey,
video.
hey, the evolution of
Oh.
2-tick woodcutting is for another day.
Oh, thank God, I had my residency typed.
the
Spacing it.
I'll be releasing it sometime this. Oh wait. Before we go off, this was a tweet that I had. Got a whole lot of responses. I thought it was a really good tweet. So tomorrow, old school RuneScape is gonna be 3 years old. What were you doing 3 years ago? You know, and how has RuneScape changed your lifestyle over the last 3 years? Just talk about that.
Same order?
Tim
Yeah,
Orders, the NXT one.
Does
Ace?
that mean I'm first?
Yes, it does.
What was I doing 3 years ago? 3 years
Yeah.
ago, I said I was not going to play old school. And then I started playing the second day it came out and started my Herbal run. And did that. But that's about it. Nothing's really changed since then.
Yeah, so
what
did you say
what
E3
games
is-
were you playing? What were you doing?
None. Just RuneScape. I think part-time working and or looking for a job at the same time. Yeah, it was like part-time working and then I had found a job, full-time job like a week afterwards, I think it started. Something like that. I wasn't.
say-
I was playing poker though. I guess like shortly after that. Maybe. I don't really remember.
Did you say it was 3 years old tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, so I really remember with my friends the night before Old School came out, we were kind of like planning out what we were gonna do. I don't think I was playing any of the games. Like, I was probably playing some shit. I don't know. Nothing that I was
Playing
like playing as a.
RS3.
Nah, I wasn't playing RS3. I hadn't played that in years.
RC
like,
wasn't out yet.
What was that? Sorry.
Oh, fuck
It was
off.
EOC though, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
2012 was ESC, right? 2013,
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember.
No,
Anyway,
October 2020, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, me and my friends heard that like Old School was coming out. Like I pretty late. I probably heard with like 4 days left. So yeah, we were all kind of planning out what we were gonna do. So like we'd be like, oh, I'll do mining and I'll do smithing, and like we can work together and shit like that.
Ah.
That's
That's cringy as hell.
And it ended up like, so this is kind of how it went. Like we were all playing, and then like I ended up playing about 5 times as much as everyone else, and very quickly left them behind. And then yeah, I was kind of playing my own.
This time, 3 years ago, I was just finishing up my final year of high school in the UK, which is year 11. I was playing a combination of Pokemon, Terraria, and EOC. Saw that 07 got announced, and it was the stupidest thing in the world. But me and 3 other friends called Batchy, /Super, and Steads decided to muck about on it for a bit and see if we could get some money. Me and Joe / Super went for a questcape together, but he ended up dying halfway through because he went to university, got a job, girlfriend, etc., etc. But went back to school and he went to work and
I thought he was actually
RS3.
gonna die there. by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
I was waiting. He
Well,
got to university and got into an awful car accident. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, I was
and
too.
sort of disappeared. And I don't think he plays either RuneScape or the RS3 anymore. And it just sort of ended up with me being the only one left, and I kept going. And I tried to go back to EOC, but I just couldn't. I just kept playing this.
And here you are today.
I don't even know what I'd be doing if it wasn't 07. I think I'd probably just be wasting a lot of time.
Implying that we're not already wasting time.
Well, Ned said
I
he's
mean, like-
only
like
wasting a
sleeping.
little bit of time.
Like I'd spend like 9 hours a night sleeping, and then like 30-minute showers every day, probably.
Were you playing any other games before?
I think I played a lot of RSPSs after EOC.
Eesh.
I probably would have gotten into
Wait,
Halo.
private servers?
Yeah,
Ooh,
I Brited a lot.
ooh,
Oh, rip.
we're not affiliated with this person.
Can you still hold your own?
He's
We
not
don't
in our
know
clan.
private servers.
I went into the tourney worlds for a bit. I mean, everybody there sucks, so I don't really know how I am still.
This is one more towards the Hexis PvP team for next year.
Yeah.
We got Wiggled and Ned Flanders now.
Hey, Maz as
Ooh.
well. Oh, never mind.
Maz.
He's with Rod.
Got
No, he's in
loads.
Rod. He's in Rod. He's in Rod.
He's
What
about
was
right,
the team
yeah.
called? It's like called Front Beach Bay or something. Was I
There
was
must be
a
some
reserve on that
PvP.
team.
I remember when they announced Old School, I played EOC for like a week before it came out, just to get back into the groove. I was playing like WoW and Diablo 3 right before Old School came out, and I still played WoW even after it came out. Yeah, and then eventually I just went full, like only played Old School as a main game.
3 years ago, I was playing a lot of Xbox. Really only 3 games that I had played at that time. Playing a lot of Madden, which is American football, 2K, which is basketball, and I would play zombies on Call of Duty. I think that was Call of Duty 2 at that time. I really liked zombies, and that was just what I would
COD
do.
2, that's like original PlayStation.
Yeah, are you talking 5 or Ops 1?
What?
Was it Black Ops 2? Is that
World
what
of
you meant?
War or Black
It
Ops 1?
should have been Modern...
Would have been Black
no,
Ops
wait,
1, surely.
2013.
I'm pretty sure
Wasn't it
Black Ops.
Ops?
It was Black Ops 2, I believe.
Black
Yeah,
Ops 2?
Black Ops 2. You said COD 2.
Did
There's
I?
A big difference.
Yeah.
A big difference.
Right. Well, I always used to play Black Ops
Jesus Christ.
with my friends every Thursday.
It's been a while. I don't fucking know.
Be around
The
the
World
house
of
after
War.
school, say we were studying, and just sit in his room playing zombies.
Yeah, everyone's saying Black Ops 2.
Everyone played
Black
zombies.
Ops 2 had some
I
terrible
didn't play Call
zombies,
of Duty.
man.
Yeah,
Why?
they were awful.
Oh,
They were like
I
the
like
bus?
original.
Dude, that bus was really
Transit.
fun.
Transit
Oh
was
my God.
awful.
Oh, come on.
I remember playing Halo and all my friends were playing Call of Duty and I just couldn't get into it, man. I just wanted to play Halo.
No, I hated it, but I could play zombies for hours.
Yeah, I was
didn't
so
understand.
so bad online. Like, I'd always be getting
I
my
hate zombies.
yeah,
I wanted
Trance
to
and I,
shoot myself whenever my friends would make me play zombies. with them.
Trance and I were having this discussion the
Yeah.
other day. Like, I really didn't like playing online. Like, that shit was so frustrating to me. Like,
I was good at COD. I was really good at COD and Halo. I love playing first-person shooters on Xbox online.
I couldn't understand why people weren't playing Halo and playing COD. Like, why was Halo not better, man? It was great.
Halo 3 multiplayer was like the epitome of Xbox.
Reach was also really good, but I agree, Halo 3 was like amazing.
Yeah, I played Reach for
I didn't like Reach. I played Halo 3 still after Reach came out.
Fair enough.
Halo 2
only
is
played
where
that.
it's at. That's where
We
it's
weren't
at.
fans of Halo, me and my
I also
friend.
played
His
Halo 2.
dad bought Reach, and we played on it for a bit, and it was actually pretty fun. Like,
I think-
we were all like saying, "Oh, this is really shit," and we're all like both really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think Halo 2 was probably the first online game I played.
First
Probably.
online game I played, I remember this shit. It was back in the PS2 days. NBA, I think 2K5 with Ben Wallace on the cover. Got my ass kicked by every single person I'd play against online. I'm fucking like 12 years old. I'd always be losing every game by like 30. That was the first game I played online.
I think RuneScape must have been mine. I
Yeah.
can't. I
Also
didn't have
took
an
a break
Xbox
for GTA 5 when that came out on Xbox. I played that quite a bit, and loads of Skyrim.
I played a whole lot of Skyrim. I remember this. It was my senior year in high school, so it was like right after Skyrim came out. Because I think Skyrim came out in like November-ish of 2011, and my senior year, I moved like a half an hour away from like where I used to live. So like all my friends were like a lot further away. Not all of them had their license, and also there was a lot of snow that we had been having, and like over Christmas break, that's when I played for like I played Skyrim like 100 hours in a week, and then like I really didn't play it ever again.
Yeah, I played Skyrim for ages, and then all my friends started doing the book glitch,
What's that?
and you did a quest for a dude in Dawnstar, I think, and he gave you like their alternative an XP tome, and in your house, if you put it on the bookshelf, took it off the bookshelf, read it, and then put it back, you'd get the XP, but the game wouldn't figure out that you'd got the XP, and this thing was giving you like 4 or 5 levels at a time.
Why would
And
you
they were all
cheat
just
in
like, yeah.
Skyrim?
I know, they were all like, yeah, we got to 70 already, what have you been doing? It's like, I'm playing like 40 hours a week, what am I doing wrong? And then one of my friends showed me what he was doing, and I was like, what the fuck, dude, that's not cool.
Hey, one thing that I really didn't like about Skyrim was that you were able to adjust the difficulty of it.
Oh yeah.
That to me wasn't good. I feel like it's
Yeah,
kind
and you
of a
could change it mid-fight. Like you
Yeah,
get to a
yeah,
hard
like-
boss.
Yeah, like, I know everyone who's played Skyrim has gotten their ass killed by like a fucking monster, and like they changed the difficulty to easy so they could beat it.
we were in a crypt, and these things started coming out of the walls, and my friend legitimately screamed and turned his difficulty from medium to easy.
Man. RuneScape has been great. I mean, 3 years ago, I never really would have imagined that I'd still be playing it, or as much as I am, or accomplished as much as that I've done. I started playing the first week of release, and when I started playing, I remember it was my cousin. He gave me a phone call. He was just like, "Hey, man, you remember RuneScape?" Because like I hadn't played for a while. He was like, they came out with the old school version of it, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And then he was like showing me it, kind of reintroduced me to it, and then I started playing with the goal of getting all 99s, and oh shit, here I am still.
What does your cousin think?
That I'm still playing, and like how
Yeah.
I've
he
created a monster.
yeah, I mean that's like that's really how he's looking at it. He's just like when I saw him last on Christmas, he was just like like every time he's just like, oh, you like he's just asking me a question like, oh, how's RuneScape going? What rank are you now? And yeah, he kind of looks at it like he created a monster. But it is what it is.
I remember refreshing the old school RuneScape Twitter page on that day for them to tweet out a link, and they tweeted out,
Yeah.
"We're live," and a link to where you could play it. and you couldn't get off. You couldn't get out of the door in Tutorial Island because there were just too many people.
And it
clicking.
came
It
out
was one at
really
a time,
early.
wasn't it?
It came out like I thought that when they announced it was coming, I thought it was gonna come in like 2 months. It came out like less than a week after they fucking
It came out at
announced
night.
it.
It's about 5 o'clock because I was round at my friend's and he said I'm gonna go and play it now. And I was like, yeah, and I like ran home. And I was like, shit, we're on. This is actually happening.
Yeah. I rushed Waterfall Quest and there was like, I don't know, 400 people doing it.
Yeah.
Great.
I remember just looking in Pers CC, asking everybody what the hell they were doing, because like people were 30 combat already. I was like, Jesus. I just rushed that straight away and did the easy quest to start off because I wanted to get Quest Cave straight away.
I was going for 50, whatever slate is for black masks. I was like, yeah man, I'm going to make some bank.
All right. Well, about to be ending the podcast here. Next podcast will be March 5th or 6th. I'll be tweeting about that. And something that I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be scheduling out tweets to tweet out, like, submit a topic for the podcast. And I'll be scheduling that, like, every other day I'll tweet with a link to do it. So March 5th or 6th is when it'll be going down. But that's going to end it here for the podcast. And thank you guys all for tuning in. And we'll see you later.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.